For Off the Block, I'm Van Lopes, and we are now joined by St. Francis men's volleyball head coach Michael Rumbaugh. And Coach, a big win for your program last night against Sacred Heart in the EIVA tournament semifinals, now facing Penn State in the finals. What's your initial thoughts of taking on the Nittany Lions and being one game away from your first NCAA tournament appearance?
First, I'm relieved that we actually got past Sacred Heart. That was a pretty good win yesterday, and I think the whole EIVA is just super competitive right now and balanced. With that said, it's awesome to have the chance to play Mark and Penn State. They're always great hosts. And it's just going to be another one of those matches where it's just going to be super competitive.
And Coach, looking at your team this year, especially at the Pins, do you feel that this is the deepest you guys have been at the Pins since you've been coaching the team?
Yeah, the difference this year is I don't think we have any super stud out there, but our Pins all play really well together. And even when you get down the bench, Buck started last year for us, and he's sitting on the bench, and he can come in and he can do some damage. But in the practice gym is where you see how the strength of the outside hitters. We got some good pins on the right side and the left side in the waiting. And I think our practices are just as competitive as some of our matches because of that. And the other neat thing with our outsides is I have yet to have a match this year where we have Fisher, Roswell, and Hogan all putting up big numbers in the same night. But when one guy kind of lacks, the other guy picks up the slack, and we always have 2 out of 3 getting it done.
Well, and going off that with the depth, how valuable has that depth been this season? Because it seems like at times throughout the season, you guys have just been battling injuries, and now your entire starting lineup in there.
Yeah, we've had a lot of matches where it hasn't been the starters. We've moved guys around quite a bit. And I kind of like it. Jay Hossack from George Mason always talks about all the injuries, and we've suffered through all that too. And I think it's actually made us better because other guys had to step up at different times also.
Yeah. And, Coach, I want to ask you about one player who, from my perspective, I feel he's been a little underrated this season nationally. Not a lot of people are talking about him, but he got an all-conference award, and that's your setter, Daniel Ford. Can you just talk about what he's been able to do this season that's allowed him to run the offense so successfully?
Yeah, I think our serve receive is what's helping him out a lot. I think we pass really well. And I actually think it's kind of interesting that some of the guys go on my case about not calling timeouts earlier because if we get somebody gets 2 or 3 points in a run, I just know the next pass is going to be pretty good, and I know Dan actually has control of the offense, and he's going to get it done. The neat thing that he's done is we go fast pin to pin, and then we flash the middles kind of in there occasionally. Where in the past we've always been a middle-dominant team, which opened up the outsides. This year it's the outsides open up for the middles. I think Dan does a good job of getting guys hot, keeping them hot, and then find the next guy and get him going too.
And, Coach, I saw an interesting stat yesterday where you guys are leading the EIVA with almost 10 digs per game. Are you surprised with how well your back row defense has played this season?
Yeah, I actually am. Halfway through the year, I was looking at the EIVA stats alone, and we are 6th or 7th in team digs and dead last in blocks. And I started talking to the guys about how can we make this better. And I just getting after it, and I thought we have let a lot of balls go by, so we didn't make an effort for it, and now we're making more efforts for it. And I think the other addition too was Tony Nicotra, who missed the whole season last season with bad knees, and this year he started out and right in the preseason he hurt his knees again, and he's been kind of in and out of there. But when we got him back in the lineup, even though he's not blocking a lot of balls, defense is picking up around him because he's able to funnel the ball where he wanted to go. And I think that helped Gabe a lot in defense also, where he can kind of sit on the edge and wait for him to attack it past Tony and get a dig.
Yeah. And, Coach, not that you guys had a bad first half of the season by any stretch of the imagination, but it seems like the second half of the season, especially late in the season, you guys have really elevated your play. Was there a turning point at all during the regular season for your team?
I would say after we suffered through some of the injuries and we got the starters all kind of back together, you could just see the momentum build where the confidence was there. And knowing that the whole team is together again. But I also think the level of the second team guys just picked up, and they were fighting for spots to get on the court. And when they started fighting harder to get onto the court, the starters had to fight a little harder, and that just made the whole team better. So I thought with spring break on, we've been super.
And, Coach, looking at your championship match coming up tomorrow night, you play Penn State. This was a team that you defeated in the EIVA tournament last season. No, that doesn't do you any good this season, but do you feel confident-wise after your wins against Penn State recently that your team just has more confidence when they play the Nittany Lions as opposed to previous years?
Yeah, I actually think it's almost two phases here on that. I think our guys now believe that they can win, and I think there's a little bit of doubt in Penn State sometimes, and I think that both of those together help us out a lot. The team that was on the court in February that came to St. Francis and we won in 5 there, they aren't the same guys that are going to be on the court this time. Nugent got hurt during that match. Smith was starting during that match. Luke Broswell was out with an injury. So we are seeing a bunch of different guys on the court for them. But I think the confidence level in our guys, knowing that they can finally beat Penn State, that looms large in our mind.
Yeah. And I know that you're not going to reveal too much of the game plan, but I do want to ask, how much of the preparation changes for your planning when you know that Nugent is in the lineup?
Nugent's a great player. He's going to do what he's going to do. I think you got to kind of respect Nugent and know he's going to put up some good numbers, but take advantage of the times that he's actually in a bad situation, or take advantage whenever they don't set Nugent. And when he goes back to serve, we got to make sure that he's a one-and-done type serve guy. We can't let him go on a run because the more he serves, the harder he gets. But we kind of remember it's about the whole team, and you want to win those little battles too. But if Nugent's going to do what Nugent does, then good for him. But we just got to find out a different way to win.
Yeah. And, Coach, 2 final questions before we let you go. You have a very passionate fan base, as people know, throughout the EIVA. What are you expecting from the Rummy Rascals and your fans? They will probably be making the 1-hour drive up to Penn State on Saturday.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a great fan base there. However, the heart of the Rascals is our men's soccer team, and they're actually going to be playing at UMBC. They might get there during the match, they might not. But the student section at St. Francis, the way the athletes support athletes, so there'll be a bunch of other teams there. Not quite as loud as all the Rascals, but they'll be there.
Yeah. All right, Coach, and one final question before we let you go. Looking at the match, what's maybe the one big thing that you guys are going to have to do well early in the game? Maybe the first 20 points, 30 points for you to feel like, hey, we really have a good chance where we can win tonight.
Yeah, the one thing that's really been working for us, we've just been serving really aggressive this year. And we're not even worried about service errors. We're just going after it. And if we get Steve Broswell and Fisher hot on the end line, serving-wise, and it kind of gets contagious and forward, and how we can pick it up after that. Yeah, but I think it's just staying super aggressive on the serve.